I've got here 20 years of sketchbooks, one for every decade. I've got 2003, I've got 2013, and I've got 2023, my sketchbook that I just finished recently. Oh my gosh. So I thought it would be fun to see how different, or maybe not different, my artwork is from kind of when I started out in college. I started freelancing while I was still in school, and obviously I drew all the time just for fun. So I was kind of going through a Japanese phase. I started learning Japanese in 2001. So I've been a few years into it, and you could see I wrote the letter for book on the spine, and my name, Monica, on the spine, and I wrote whatever characters I had learned. I started using them in my art, and I even used this backwards. CD-ROMs. Anybody remember CD-ROMs? Come on, hey. What are you going to do with those discarded AOL discs? I decided to put it in the sketchbook. I was being artsy. You can see here, going for the digital thing. Yeah, so what do I got in here? I've got like kind of my anime style stuff, and looks like Dr. Pepper and some pretzels. Yum. What do I got in here that's interesting? Oh, Warrior Maiden. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I don't want to show that. Yeah, I guess I, did some life drawing too, a little bit. Some cute stuff. Bear character. It was actually pretty easy. Easy, even though I'm right-handed, it was easy to use the sketchbook kind of the opposite way because it was so big. But I think if it was smaller, I would have had a hard time like pushing this out of the way. Yeah, my foot, steering wheel, little keychain character. So I was doing a lot of life drawing, comics. You can see that I wasn't very confident with hands because a lot of times I would draw the face and I would start with the face and then I'd just work down from the face, and I would draw, like, sometimes I would just block in the hands and not draw the details of the fingers, which I got better at over the years. That was for a class. I think I did a sculpture of that guy. Yeah, I was into cosplay back then, so some costume design things. Yeah, occasionally I'd try a different medium. I later became really good with brush pens, but this looks like probably one of my earlier attempts with a brush pen, which is cool. It kind of like gives the illusion of shadow when you do like thick and thin lines like that. That's kind of a cool one. I'm always surprised when I look through my old sketchbooks. There's things that like I look through and I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm mimicking a Chinese ink drawing or something. I look through and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Like, this is so bad. But, sometimes actually I look back and I'm like, that's not bad. That's kind of a fun idea. Maybe I'll do something with that idea again. Another thing for a class, designing a sculpture that was for a sculpture I made out of Happy Meal toys. I stacked the Happy Meal toys in the shape of a person and glued them all together. And, oh, hey, look. Street Fighter. It's not half bad. It bled through the paper a lot. Yeah, and then looks like I completely abandoned the sketchbook and didn't even use it. More than half of it is missing. I probably got frustrated with carrying around such a big, heavy one, so gave up on it. Let's see. 10 years later, I was much more savvy about size. Oh, yeah. Let's compare the size here. Look at the size difference here. So, yeah, so much more handy little sketchbook. I'm really into the way paper feels, so I discovered that I really like smooth paper. If I can feel it, it feels smooth and I like it. So and this one was cool because it had like a felt cover. I actually bought I don't know, 5 or 6 of these because I like them so much and squirreled them away. So I have several sketchbooks like this. And then I was into using which I still am, light blue pencil like a lot of animators use. It's a nice way to um, kind of like roughly sketch in an idea, but not fully commit to it, and then you can still draw like the final line over it. So that's why I like using that. And I don't know what this is airport sketches looks like. So I was on a trip to Reno and somebody had a pet dog, so I was sketching it. I love sketching in airports. It's so fun. You get to see such a range of people and their emotions. So it's ideas for a comic. Nice lady. I just like drawing, clothing. And oh, Maggie, this is a character. So yeah, these are actually when I was doing my blog, novel characters, and I would read a book and then I would do a drawing off one of the characters. And I love that because I like I said, I like drawing like just characters in clothes, and it was kind of a fun challenge to draw characters from novels, and it was great practice. Very time consuming though, because it would take me like about, I don't know, probably at least a day's worth of reading the novel, like 8 hours, and I would do it spread out over a week, and then it would take me another day or two to do a finished illustration, where I would plan it, sketch it out, work on the composition for my comics. So I'm always kind of all over the place. Like I just write ideas down as they come to me, and just to get them out on paper, and then later I'll organize them. I don't know what that is, but I think that's kind of cute. A little cat with a going after a goldfish. And I do like text notes, and it's a box cowfish, one of my favorite fish. They're so goofy looking. I was trying to work on a design for them, and some other fish. I still think some of these are cute. And then Safari Girl, I don't know if she was from a book or not. Maybe not. Dinosaur. Yeah, so I don't know, it's kind of fun. Like I still kind of like some of these designs. Oh, here's Penguin and Peep. I like that design. So yeah, and another novel character one. And Dancer. Huh. At SCBWI Wisconsin Fall Conference. Okay. I do not remember that they had a dancer, but I guess they did, and I sketched her. Or Penguin and Peep. Yeah, so these are from the Drew Farthing Mysteries, I think. Anyway, yeah, it was great. I got lots of practice. You can see some rejects here of like what was I doing? Like that arm, like I don't know what I was doing. We'll just abandon it. Yeah, so I kind of like that one. I don't know if I ever did anything with that, but I kind of like that one. Kind of a 1920s kind of lady. Oh, this was from a book I illustrated. So I'm starting to thumbnail pages here. From Trouble in Ippy Tippy Town, the Ippy Tippy Turtles. I'm trying to draw them tippy, wobbly tippy. I don't know. They were cute. They were fun to draw. So I don't know that I didn't really experiment much with different mediums or pens in this one. And yeah, sometimes I don't know, it looks like it's mostly blue pencil. But yeah, sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh, that's really nice. I like the way I draped the fabric there, or I like the way I did this or that. And then I see other things like, oh, the hand's too big and looks a little stiff, I think it's kind of helpful to go back and do that analysis, because that's one way we can improve as artists. Thanksgiving sketch of a couple of girls I did just for fun. That must have been from a book too. I don't know if I did anything with that one. I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. So yeah, it's just how it goes. I don't know what that sheep was for. Oh, I think that was something I designed for somebody's. And what the heck is up with that helmet? I have no idea. I must have been watching some like weird retro alien thing, huh? Santa Claus conquers the Martians. Okay, there we go. There is some good holiday viewing for you. Santa Claus conquers the Martians. A ridiculously bad movie that I remember watching just for kicks. That helmet, I don't even know. Right? I don't even know. Happy New Year, so lots of cuteness. Oh, I tried a red pencil, and that was me getting out of my comfort zone there. Yeah, it's kind of a mix of professional work and personal work and life drawings. So that really hasn't changed. It looks like Disneyland. It's like Mickey ears. Yeah. Airport guy. Oh, and this was from Forever Girls. Yeah, little comic that I had done a few pages for that Scott Peterson wrote. That was really fun. Designing different flowers, more ippy tippy turtles. So, alright, I probably spent too long on that one, but that was fun to look through. So now, my most recent sketchbook, I've gotten really fancy and started experimenting with decoupage, creating my own covers for sketchbooks and putting them together from scratch, almost, except for I don't make the paper because I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about paper making, but I had taken two chipboards and then some scrapbook paper and some some washi tape and some different little things from packaging. I like saving scraps from packaging. I don't know why. I just kind of like sometimes like stuff that's in print. I don't know. So I don't remember what that was from, but something Tsum Tsum and little owl thing. And this was actually, I think, from the back of a calendar I had been given, and it was the little envelope the calendar came in, and I really liked it, and it looks really nice. So everything, oh, and yeah, what is that one? Ever After High, I think, from the packaging of one of the dolls, and a vintage Valentine's card there, and another thing from the calendar. So I had really, really a lot of fun designing these covers, and then I used what was that stuff? Mod Podge, I forget, Mod Podge. Anyway, you know, that stuff for decoupage, and put it all together. I cut it out, laid out, put it all together. I could do a tutorial on that sometime. Might be kind of fun. And I did both sides. And then after that, I had trimmed pages to be the right size because I didn't have any that were the right size. And that came out kind of rough, only being able to trim a few at a time. And then I bought a punch to do the spine, and that came out a little rough too because it got bent. But overall, this is like really fun, and I've done a few of these. They're not something I would do probably to try to earn money because it takes so long, but it's kind of a labor of love, and kind of a, you know, sketchbook is such a personal thing. It was very fun and satisfying to be able to design my own covers for these. So I've just been doing that lately for fun. That's from Aria. And I've got some, let's see, got some work stuff in there I can't share yet because the projects aren't public yet. But this is some sketches of Maylee from Maylee and the Maze. Maylee from Maylee and Maze, and well, it's the Tales of a Travel Girl series, and that's a little teaser for a character that isn't in the first three books. So maybe I shouldn't show that one either. I think Morgan will forgive me for that. I think she'll forgive me for showing that one. And let's see, here is, oh yeah, cover ideas for the next Penguin and Pete book that I'm going to put out too. So I've been working on that, trying a couple different layouts. Another idea that I am working on writing right now. So this has got a lot of stuff that is just in the works, and as you can see, I'm still using the blue pencil a lot. But like I said, I like it because then you can go over it later in pencil. And I don't know, I think before I was scanning in a lot of that stuff and just going straight into the computer. But recently I like going over it at least once in a darker pencil first. So some things for a game, a lot of things for a card game. Cat. This was a cute, I just wanted to remember this scene. I feel like the cat drawing is not that great, but I wanted to remember this scene of like one of my mother's cats came out of the room with a coat hanger stuck to her tail, and she was being really cute. It was really funny, so I just wanted to sketch it. Logo design. Oh yeah, I even use my sketchbook for things like brainstorming what my Halloween pumpkin is gonna look like. I think this was from like last year's, I think. I think we went with one that was kind of like this, but I had fun drawing the different faces. I kind of like that one. This is kind of evil cute. Anyway, yeah, and recently too I wanted to do wildlife art. So these are actually sketches based off some photos that I turned into finished illustrations. And I was trying to work more on working out the values, which I historically have not done. You saw my other sketchbooks. I didn't do anything with values. So I'm trying to work on that a little bit more, work on lighting. Some ideas from Penguin and Peep. A lot more writing has crept into my sketchbooks than what I used to do. And I've just gotten more, a little more messy with them, and I'll cut and paste things into the sketchbook. I used to not do that so much. And here's for another idea I have for a comic story. So yeah, it's really not very tidy. And yeah, it's an idea for a little funny thing. Maybe do something with that. Some life, career, goal planning stuff. Oh, look, there's designs for flowers again. I did that in the other sketchbook. That's funny. Yeah, it's just different ideas here. I tried drawing chibis, which I haven't drawn in a long time. Chibis with books. So, yeah, so there you have it. And I've gotten much better, as you can see, at filling out a sketchbook and not having a sketchbook that's so thick that it's daunting to use. So I hope you enjoyed that look at my sketchbooks over the years. I hope that my art has improved a little bit. At least since this first one, I think it has. I'm definitely not afraid to draw hands anymore. And I've kind of learned that, you know, the one way to get better is to just draw that thing that's hard over and over again and keep at it. So, yeah, thanks for taking a peek at these with me.